Hey, Chuck here, Corner Store Card Collector, back with another video. Well, today's Father's Day and my wife surprised me with some slabs. For those of you who have been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that I've been working on the 1978 Topps football set. And for Father's Day, my wife surprised me with a lot of 21 slabbed 1978 Topps football cards. So I'd like to show you what I got. So let me turn the camera around and I'll show you what I got in that lot of 21 cards. All right, now that I got the camera all set up to show you the lot of cards I got for my Father's Day gift from my wife. But before I do that, I want to update you on my vintage 100 card PSA lot that is coming back probably no later than Wednesday of next week. My grades popped on Thursday, so I looked at them. I thought I did very well on them. I had a couple of duds, cards that I thought would have done a little bit better than what they did. But for the most part, I was spot on with my grading predictions, and I did get a couple of really good grades on some cards I didn't expect. So I'm looking forward and excited to show you those cards once they get here next week. All right, so with that being said, let me go ahead and show you these 21 cards I got to add to my 1978 Topps football set. Okay, the first one is this Tony Green in a PSA 9. I am trying to get this set in all PSA 8 or higher. It's turning out to be very challenging because there's not a lot of 78, well, there are plenty of 78 Topps football cards. There's just not a lot of high grade ones. So I do have some lower grades, lower than 8. Here's another PSA 9, Russ Francis. There's a PSA 9 and a Saints team card. Got another PSA 9, David Hill, Detroit Lions. And the majority of these are all commons. I think there's a couple of semi-stars in this lot, but for the most part, they're all commons. Okay, this next one is a PSA 9, Jack Novak, the Buccaneers. Gotta love those brushed out helmets. I think it was 1980 or 1981 is when they finally got their license to carry the logos. There's another PSA 9, Larry Poole from the Cleveland Browns. I got 2 of these rolling hooks, both PSA 9s. So I will be posting one of these online. I don't need both of them. It's good to see a couple of Buffalo Bills graded cards in this lot too, so I was pretty excited about that. Okay, I got this 1978 Ike Harris in an 8. Calvin Hill from the Redskins in an 8. Got this Mike Pruitt in an 8, so this card would be an upgrade. I do have a Mike Pruitt in my existing slabs. It is a PSA 5, so this 8 is going to replace that PSA 5. So I'm happy about that. Next is Ed Taylor in a PSA 8 from the Jets. Another Redskin card, Eddie Brown in an 8. You gotta love these old 70s cards. I mean, look at the eyeliner and just a 4-spot helmet face mask with the the airbrushed logos painted off or taken off the helmets. Pretty funny to look at these cards back in the 70s. Got a Seattle Seahawks in a PSA 7, Don Testerman. Marvin Cobb from the Bengals in a 7. Got an NFC Championship card here with Roger Staubach. This one came in at a 7. Also have another Cowboy, Danny White in a 7. I'm sorry, Randy White. Danny White was the quarterback. Now I got a couple of less desirable cards. These are all PSA 5s, which one day I hope to upgrade them. Here's a Jerry Shark and a PSA 5. Here's another PSA 5. I already have this one in my collection, but this one's a PSA 5. So there were 2 doubles, or 2 repeats in this collection here. It was the Roland Hooks PSA 9, and then this Mike Pruitt. One was a PSA 8, one was a PSA 5, and I do have a PSA 5 already in my collection. Bobby Bryant from the Minnesota Vikings in a PSA 5. And then the final card is this Harold McLinton card from the Redskins in a PSA 5. All right, so those are all 21 cards I got in that lot. I thank my wife for thinking of me on Father's Day and giving me something that I would really appreciate. I didn't expect to get 21 cards that were slabbed, so good on her for taking care of that for me. As I said, by next week, middle of the week, I should have my 100 card vintage lot back to me. I'll get the reveal video. I've already posted a couple of cards online. I really appreciate how PSA has done their, taking pictures of the cards, so when your pops drop, you can go ahead and download those photos if there's cards that you want to sell. So I did get a couple of cards listed on Sports Slots, and I do have a couple of cards listed on eBay right now. A couple are auction, and a couple of them are buy it now. So if you're interested in them when you see the video, if they're still out there, by all means, I'd love to sell you a card or 2. And then finally, the last thing I wanted to mention was I started this series called A Peek Into My Collection. I'm getting ready to do episode number 4. I'm going to be talking about my 1957 Topps football set, so you can be looking forward to that video too. All right, so with that being said, I will talk to you on the next video. Bye. Everybody have a happy Father's Day.